Here we have the men's Supa-Liga round 11, Northern Hawks versus West Coast Cobras. We'll go through the lineup for Northern Hawks. Number 77 in goals is Daniel Famato. Number 2, Betim Zeba. Number 10, Devin Rendell. Number 7, Lukman Saeed. Number 5, Ches Houston. Number 6, Nishan Alagoda. Number 8, Sammy Atta. Number 4, Tom Ellis. Number 11, Chris Rocky. Number 6, Riley Gordon. Number 20, Giannis Hamadi. And in the West Coast Cobras, we have number 9, Luke Ross. Number 24, Luke Christie. Number 7, Jake Pizzuto. Number 33, James Toth. Number 22, Lockie Ryan. Number 12, Greg Zirkis. Number 3, James Eustace. Number 17, Kadir Kalkan. Houston plays Lookman, back to Houston. Looking for Rocky out wide. Ross intercepts. Ross through with Ryan on the back post. Takes a shot, blocked by Lookman. One rolling foul there against Northern Hawks. Christie to Ross. Back to Christie. Back to Ross. Ross looking for Kness. Amato resets play with Houston. Plays out wide to Saeed. Finds Rocky. With a lovely finish there by Rocky. Goal scorer for Northern Hawks, Chris Rocky. The assist, Lukman Saeed. Luke Ross out to Ryan. Out to Christie. Back to Ross. Back to Ross. Ross plays to Ryan. Ryan looks to take on Lookman. Ross resets with Christie. Christie back to Ross. Looks down the line to Ryan. Ryan with a back post shot. Can't quite find the feeder. Kness.
Boys, make sure we're watching that border target. Watch that border target. Help, help, help.
Famato with a long throw to Rocky. Rocky does well to hold it up. He's got 2 on him. Ross wins the ball back. Ryan on the counter with Ross. Ross looking for the dummy there. Alagoda with a kick in to Houston. Houston out, Saeed. Hawks playing their usual 4-0. Back to Alagoda. To Houston, to Saeed. Back to Houston, out to Zeba. Zeba over the top to Alagoda. Christie looks play wide to Kness. Back to Ross. Ross switches out wide to Christie. Christie takes on Zeba. Takes him down the line. Gets a shot off and blocked by Saeed. West Coast Cobras corner. Short corner to Ryan. Dan Famato with a great save on near post there. Christie to Ross. Ross back to Christie. Switches out to Ross. Ross with a shot.
Not a bad attempt there from Luke Ross. Joining here, Lauren Baker on the commentary. My name's Annie Farrell. We'll be going through this big lineup tonight, I guess you could say. Northern Hawks, Cobras always bring a great match. And they've met each other in the finals on many occasions. And it's been pretty even over the years. The last one, however, Northern Hawks taking the trophy. It's now Ryan who finds himself with some space on the flank. Cobras gain some ground, and they like to move the ball quite quickly and in transition play, especially when you've got someone like Nicholas Canast on the court for the Cobras. And Christie with quick footwork as well. It'll be interesting to see how Cobras go tonight. A couple of players unavailable, their normal goalkeeper not here, and also a 5 yellow card suspension for Marco Florenka, who unfortunately has to watch from the grandstands today.
Rindell and Alice have stepped on for the Northern Hawks.
It's interesting to see how the Cobras play. When they've got someone like Lucky Ryan on the court, they tend to revert to playing their 3-1 system and try and feed the ball to him because he's such a talented pivot. We've seen him score amazing goals, and he's now coming off the court for Jake Pisuto, who loves to play 4-0. So we may see a change of play for the West Coast Cobras. Northern Hawks move the ball around. Ellis now to Rindell. Down the line, looking for Betim, who was out in that space but had just checked inside the court as he gives a thumbs up to Rindell. Made a mistake there. So Zerkis now is on the court for the Cobras, and he's been called up today due to the absences and injuries in the Cobras squad. Ross with another great shot just off of target. He's got a lot of power in those today, just lacking the accuracy at the moment. So I believe that Cobra is sitting second place at the moment, 1 point behind Rockingham, Cambio, Cumbrae. And Northern Hawks, interestingly, are trying to fight their way up into the top 4 this season. Now, a couple of results not going their way. I think a loss against Scarborough Sharks in the first few rounds of the season has seen them now struggle to get that top 4. Yes, and the draw against Wolves. You can hear from Lauren Baker beside me. Now, Northern Hawks have won back possession as they reset, sucking in that defence, but Ellis there a bit impatient. Has threaded the ball forward, almost losing possession, but Saeed was there to get that one. It'll be a sideline kick in.
So good to see Riley Gordon back playing after coming back from his ACL injury and also concussions. It's good to see him back out on the court. I think the Hawks have definitely missed the strength out there.
Yes, I agree in that one. We've also seen the likes of Michael Howard sign back up for the Northern Hawks, but he's only playing the Men's Supa-Liga B at the moment. He's played a few first team in the past for the Northern Hawks. Here's now Azurkis being patient after receiving the ball, and Christie to Ross. Ross for Pisuto. It's good movement in that 4-0 that we've talked about. Christie is an option underneath for Pisuto, and a run from Pisuto, not seen by Azurkis, but now space found and chance. Deflection and second shot hits the bar and comes off. That was great play there from the West Coast Cobras, and Azurkis very unlucky not to have scored that one.
There was one more rolling foul there against the Northern Hawks. It's going to be an interesting game this, as the Cobras are quite more of an attacking team compared to the Northern Hawks. They tend to like to keep possession a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that if anyone's really keen looking at this match stats after each week. Northern Hawks always have the highest +4 passing string count than any other club in the Supa-Liga, I'd say. Whereas you have a look at the Cobras stats, you'll see a lot more dominate in attack, off-target shots, of course, but you do see a lot more in regards to the shooting. Pursuto having to put his foot down there to get to that ball. Now, the goalkeeper for the Cobras, Kadir, he's a new recruit to the club. He had to fill in a men's Supa-Liga C game 2 weeks ago, it might have been a men's Supa-Liga B, and he actually did a phenomenal job for his first game within the league. He's been called up today. Obviously, you've got Thomas Robles, who is usually within the six. And the recent transfer of Jaden Ashmore meant that John Goodlich couldn't call him up. But Ashmore's been doing so well for the Andinos, as you all saw last week, taking the first points off of Rockingham Cambio Cumbrae away after Wesley Venegas' masterclass performance, earning him player of the round for the second time in the Men's Superliga. First person to have received that honours this season. Now, Cobras have just quickly gained back possession now, and it's Toth with the run forward, but snuffed out with good defensive work from the Northern Hawks. Ross steals the ball and progresses forward fast, a 2v1, and he shoots for across goal, and almost an on goal there off of Rindell.
Lucky first. Luke.
Good. Ross. Great save there by Said. Ozurkas with the corner again. He's out to Ross. Ross switches out to Pizzuto. Ryan with that overlapping run. Resets with Ross. Ross looking for Ryan. Just a little bit too high for him. Tomato with that long throw to Giannis. Or cheeky nutmeg on Pizzuto there.
Pursuto exits out of space. Toth finds Ryan. Ryan gets on his left, and another slight deflection off of Northern Hawks, sees another corner. And it has been Cobras with the most shots on target, I'd say, in this first passage or 10 minutes of play. And here's a chance for Ryan, but well covered there for Famato. And it was Houston looking to spring to action as well. Hummus back to Houston and out to the youngster here in Alagoda. The ball's gone out of play. Some amazing acrobatics there from the goalkeeper to get a hand onto that one. And Cobras back to the keeper, and Eustance to Pursuto, to Eustance again. Ross with time. Plays short, checks into space. Pursuto, ball across, beautiful ball and shot there from Pursuto, straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Famato, easy capture.
We see the Northern Hawks switching in between 3-1 at the moment. Alagoda plays back to Houston, switches out wide to Hamadi. Hamadi into Rocky, looking for a little 1-2. Plays into Hamadi. Alagoda looks to flick it on to Rocky. Ross gets a little touch there, sees it out of play.
Great challenge there. Ryan has Eustance, but chooses to shoot himself. Hummus. Back to Houston. Rocky. Speed of play is slowed down dramatically. Something Northern Hawks do well, but given away uncharacteristically from Houston. And that is a foul in the middle of the court.
It's a yellow card there for Luke Ross. He's not very happy about that one. Rocky's got a little smile on his face there.
Ross trying to press early there to nip that ball. It's gone out off of him. Hawks with a kick in. All over the top from Alagoda. Rocky heads it on. Ryan again receives with space. Takes on Houston. Gets the shot off. He seems to be very direct himself today. Looking to take everything himself. There's been a couple of up runners with him, but he hasn't used them yet. Now Alagoda turns back. Houston to Atta. Ball over the top now. Well controlled by Atta, but he can't turn. Houston's has done well defensively there.
Atta wins a corner for the Northern Hawks. Plays it down the line to Amadi. Gets intercepted.
No messing around from Luke Ross today. He is keen. You can see the work rate he's got on the court, and so happy with the current result of 1-0 down.
Ryan plays to Canas. Canas looking for the back post run of Ross. Famato does well, gets them on the counter. Plays Houston out wide. Houston's looking for Atta on the way back. Great save there by Kalkan. Canas taking a side ball for Cobras. Or corner, sorry. Down the line to Christie. Christie switches out wide to Ross. Ross goes for the shot, blocked by Gordon.
Ready, play.
Christie plays Ross. Back to Christie. Christie's looking for Ryan. With an overlapping run, back to Christie. Christie has a shot and a great save by Dan Famato. Sees it out for a corner. It's now a timeout for the West Coast Cobras.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal.
Canas taking the corner.
Did you happen to hear the halftime talk or timeout talk there, Lauren?
Yes, I did.
Was there any key messages from Goodrich to his team?
He doesn't want the Hawks getting too deep into their defensive half, and they've got to be a bit more clinical in front of goals, as Famato is a great keeper.
Oh, yellow card for Sami Atta for holding onto the ball and not giving it back to the keeper to be able to put it back into play. It's an interesting one. And nice hands for Mato getting up over the top of Ryan. Here's Christie now. Can't get past Rindell, but he's run out of space there. Ball flicking out of play.
Rendell's got a lovely new hairstyle going on at the moment.
Ball caught underfoot there from Ryan. It's unlucky because he had Canast at back post. Ross. He's engaged two defenders very well. He's got Christie underneath. Christie now finds space to shoot, but it's soft. It's very soft. Easy collection for Famato.
Famato looking for that long throw, but he plays short to Said. Back to Ada. Ryan dribbling through the middle. Can't quite get past Devin Rendell. We've got a counter here by Atta and Rendell. A great challenge there by Luke Ross.
Yeah, great defensive work again. That work rate. He had a 2v1 situation. He read it so well, isolating that player, cutting the passing channel, and then he's put the last effort in there with a sliding tackle. Saeed takes the kick. Riley Gordon trying to find Ada. It's flicked off and gone out of play. Kadir Kalan puts the ball back in play, and Canas now. Ross down the line. Ryan tries to shoot first time. It's well blocked there from Riley and cleared by Rendell. Ross tries to thread the ball through for Canas, but Saeed's there and drives forward now. Ball over the top. Canas in the right place to head it forward. Ryan flicks it on for Ross, but he can't keep it in. Pseudo back on the court now for the Cobras.
And Zeba's entered as well for the Northern Hawks.
Good progression run here. Chance for the Cobras. They just can't get the ball across for the run of Ryan.
Christie looks to take on Zeba. Switches out to Ryan. Down the line to Ross. Ross resets with Christie. Switches out to Pizzuto. From the bench, it sounds like they're looking to isolate one-on-ones with Betim Zeba there from the Cobras.
Zeba caught there, unsure of which player to mark, and it's a shot there. Ryan, so close. He's gone wide. What a turn, though.
Yeah, that was a lovely turn by Ryan there.
Just wide of the post. Like, he's just a phenomenal pivot, isn't he? Saeed's looking long, isn't he? For Zeba. And that's how they play, Northern Hawks. They wait for Zeba to come on and then put him up in pivot. I have seen Zeba score off the back of his head once from a long throw. Dan Famato can throw the full court.
Side plays Houston. Houston switches out to Rendell. Rendell drives through the middle. Looks for Zeba. It's a bit too hard for Zeba there, I think. And at an awkward height. Chrissy finds Ryan. Ryan looks for the layoff. Cut out by Houston. Zeba plays down the line to Rendell. Rendell take on Pizzuto. Ross does well to double team there, but Rendell still has the ball. Christie does well to win the ball. Pizzuto looks down the line for Christie.
Drop back. 2 seconds left. Drop back.
Saeed with a long ball, trying to find Zeba again just before the halftime siren. So Northern Hawks are leading. 1 goal scored by Chris Rocky, the assist Lukman Saeed. That happened in the first moments of the game. It'll be interesting to see how both teams start the next.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
So just listening to the Northern Hawks team talk there, Coach Greg Farrell was saying they're sitting a bit too deep defensively and they need to start stepping out a lot more.
Yeah, I wonder what Goodlich's team talk would have been. We couldn't hear it from where we're sitting, but I assume it's press. Make the most of those chances, those poor touches or the slower passes across the court. One thing that the Northern Hawks do very well is rotate, keep possession. So they're going to need to win the possession back, aren't they?
Yeah.
So do you think we should possibly be seeing a bit more of a press from the Cobras?
I definitely think so. But then that is the Northern Hawks way. They do like to play under that press with that 4-0.
Yeah, so it might be playing almost into their hands.
Yeah, they do want to suck the teams in.
Northern Hawks kick in.
The Northern Hawks are looking to press James Eustace. They're looking to target him as a player to get the full team press on. So it's looking for Zeba, but Ross intercepts that play. Can't quite keep the ball in though. Alagoda with the side kick in. Cobras with a bit of a high press here. Alagoda to Famato. Famato long to Zeba. Zeba does well to get a touch to it. Great save by the keeper there. There's a handball there from Lockie Ryan.
Bit of protest across the court. Ryan suggesting that one hit him in the shoulder. From where I was sitting, it did look a bit more arm. So good call by Nwambe on the far side, refereeing the match. We also have Silas on the near side. Battle in the middle of the court between Ryan and Alagoda. Saeed's pass can't be controlled by Houston, but he's tried to make up for it by a good press.
Ross looking for Ryan. Ryan with that lethal left foot there, just slides across the front of the goal there. They need to get some back post runners, I think, on.
Yeah,
Score
Ryan's so quick though with his turn and shot that it's very hard to get there at the right moment, isn't it?
Yeah, but you almost need that against Famato because he's such a great goalkeeper.
Kadir taking some time to get up. Looks like he may have hurt himself there on his elbow. Ball through the middle.
Together! Go help, Lookman, go help!
Houston for the shot, blocked by Ross. Pizzuto looks to take on Said. Said wins it, plays Alagoda in the middle. Great defensive recovery there by Ryan. Ryan resets with Pizzuto. Pizzuto out left, looking for Ryan. Houston with that pressure on. Marty steps back on the court. Same with Tom Ellis. Ellis plays to Marty, out wide to Zeba. Zeba looks to play. Marty's a great pivot there. Sometimes just lost control of it there. James Toth is driving through. Plays out to Ross. Ross looks for the shot. Great save by Famato.
Great save there by Dan Famato. Just remembering that you can nominate for your goal and save of the round each week with a QR code that's about to go up on the screen.
Juzo look to Houston. He's looking to receive a little layoff for the shot. But bit of miscommunication there by Houston and Pizzuto. Ellis plays Famato. Famato plays it back short to Ellis. Ellis to Rocky.
Now, interestingly enough, this is a bit out of character for Lukman Saeed, but the last couple of his passes, he's been just looking to boot it long.
He does look like he's carrying a bit of injury at the moment. He's got his knee fairly strapped up, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. But
Yeah, well, Greg's now making the sub, but I was going to say you'd usually hear Greg Farrell, the coach of the Northern Hawks, yell out at something like that. And here's Toth now. Cuts inside. Christie for Pizzuto. Christie inside, and Toth can't get the turn, but I believe it came off of Northern Hawks last, so Cobras will get the sideline kick in Eustace.
It's a great block there by Tom Ellis there.
Christie now. Lovely step overs.
We'll see here if the Northern Hawks listen to their coach, stepping out a bit higher.
Oh, lovely shot, Toth. It opened up for him almost there through the centre. Now, let's hear the press being called from the Cobras bench. And again, Saeed kicks it long. Azurkis back on the court for the Cobras, and Pseudo exits forward looking for the ball from Christie. Christie finds his feet in the end. Lovely ball through. Azurkis. Good battle from Rocky, and Rocky's forward and through.
Hamadi's with him back post. He just slips as he goes to kick the ball there.
And transition play now. Northern Hawks have done everything to get behind the ball. That is Northern Hawks sideline ball as Lookman comes off the court for Houston. Pseudo wins it back. Finds Christie. Christie, get on his left foot and shoots across. Saved by Famato and another. And that one hitting the ceiling. Great effort by Dan Famato. Farrell going off at his players about their defence. You can see a goal coming from the Cobras. I think we all can. The momentum is currently in the Cobras' direction. Misplaced pass intercepted there by Houston. Scramble by the Cobras.
Great press there by Rocky, and he still got it.
Whistle's blown. Yellow card issued
To Rocky. Must have been a little push in the corner there.
Jeffrey, who was the card for? Yeah, we're just getting confirmation. The yellow card there for Chris Rocky. Long ball again. The timing of these balls from the Northern Hawks, not very well done today. Usually they play that ball across between their two fixos in their 4-0 shapes, sucking in the defence. Then we see the forward runs. Those runs aren't happening at the same time that the ball's being thread forward. Pass from Ross. If that had gotten through, Toff would have been in on goal. Farrell, the coach for Northern Hawks, very animated on the sideline, very unimpressed
tonight for Northern Hawks by the sounds of it.
Yeah. And that is the message there from the coach as well. Please be quiet. I'm the coach.
They are winning 1-0, so...
I think he wants to keep it that way.
Yeah. What's going on?
Confusion on the court and confusion here on the commentators area because we're unsure what just occurred.
Or Alice.
Ross getting a bit impatient there. Booted that one away.
Ross.
No messing around. Lockie Ryan finds himself back on the court with Canast. Now these two do link up very well. Christie, Ross, Canast, Ryan. We could see a goal here for the Cobras because this is an all-star lineup right now.
It's quite interesting watching the Cobras play their 3-1 rotation. They don't tend to put Ryan up as high. He tends to drop in a little bit deeper and just bounce the ball back in that little pockets of space, whereas like Northern Hawks tend to have their pivot play a lot higher up the court.
Yeah, that is true. Now, it'll be interesting to see what would happen if Ryan did go that little bit higher. Could suggest that might be a bit of a different goalkeeper today. Can't reach the throw as ordinarily as Tom Robles could. Ross has won that ball back well. Plays it too far out in the front of Christie. Transition now. Cobras need to get back. Christie, ball's gone his way. Plays it across now.
Rendell with
And
a great
Rendell
slide.
slides out of nowhere. Clears that one.
Christie resets with Ross. Back to Christie. Christie plays down to Canast. Canast looking for Ryan. Famato wins it. Lockie Ryan's just received a yellow for impeding the goalkeeper.
Ryan very unhappy with that call. Ross defends in front well. Canast for Ross. Ross, bounce doesn't go his way there. Atta plays the ball in behind Rendell.
Canast plays Pizzuto, who just steps back on the court. Tries to find the feed of Ryan. Houston intercepts. Resets with Gordon. Plays Atta. Atta to Rendell. Tries to find the feed of Houston.
No foul called there.
Gordon on the counter. Great. Good slide tackle there from Luke Ross.
Pizzuto's won that one well. Ball's gone underfoot though. And now it's Gordon against Ross. The referee's saying keep going. A lot of screams out here for fouls to be called. Current foul count, 2 fouls for the Northern Hawks and 3 for the Cobras.
It's definitely a physical game.
It was a high quality game as well. The ball movement's been fantastic. Goodlich calling out for the press. His current player is currently taking the kick in though. Pizzuto plays it for Ryan. Ryan trying to catch his feet after a little bit of a nudge in the back. Referee's trying to calm down the benches on this side. Cheeky movement from Ryan. And a shot now from the opposite side. Pizzuto over the goal. Seems to be the story for the Cobras today. Rotation of 4-0 here. Houston with the back roll. Ball forward. Ross has read it so well. Pizzuto under pressure from Saeed. Pizzuto. Canast. Canast forward for Ryan. Couldn't find his feet.
Do you think the West Coast Cobras will look to play a bit of fly keeper to try and get that point?
Well,
there's about 6 minutes left of the second half.
It would be a good time to do it, but when you're up against such a disciplined side as the Northern Hawks defensively with fly keeper, it's a very risky call. So I'm going to go listen into the Cobras team talk and come back with some information. All right, bit of an update. I did listen into John Goodlich's team talk there. He's saying that the boys are playing very well. The ball speed's good. It's just the final flourish, the finish, that needs to happen. There was some talk of fly keeper, Luke Ross, not keen to actually go and play it. And it might be potential for the last 2 minutes, according to John Goodlich. What did you hear, Lauren Baker, from the Northern Hawks bench?
I heard a lot of the same from the first half about stepping up defensively. So they're still sitting a bit too deep for Greg's liking. And also, the boys on the bench need to be a bit more ready to come on at times. This kind of waiting. Players are ready to come off, but they're not standing up ready to come on.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens in this next few moments after that timeout.
And also the second defending, just to be a little bit tighter and help each other out a bit more.
Yep. Luke Ross, the captain of the Cobras side, has said he's quite impressed with how the boys are playing.
Oh, great ball from Fumado.
And what a save that one was there. Kadia doing so well in his debut for the Men's Supa-Liga tonight.
Rendell was a bit unlucky there. Be a bit disappointed himself there.
4 seconds. Caution there, so it's a sideline kick now for the Cobras, and Ross is ready. He wants to score this goal, and hasn't he done well with that check movement to find himself some space?
Ross has just got to get his head over the ball a little bit more. He always tends to just lift it that little bit too much.
Yeah. And you hear the bench and the Cobras calling for the press.
Great ball to
Canesti
Zeba.
defend in front there, but Houston off target shot. Pseudo finds some time. Run from Toth. It's a good one forward. Draws back the defence. Toth now drives. Finds Eustace. Eustace for Pseudo. Pseudo's ball pinpoint accuracy, but the shot from Toth straight to Dan Fumado. They're not going to score this way. It's either an on-target shot straight at the keeper or one that's hitting the back wall. Be interesting to see the statistics post-match. And there's another one there.
Communication there from John Goodlich. He wants them to keep pressing against the Northern Hawks there. Ooh. A little foul there on Alagoda. Houston's out to Pseudo. Pseudo looking for that ball through. Lovely back roll to Ross. Cut out by Syed.
Good combination there you saw from Pseudo. Ross, yeah, back post player there in Toth waiting for that ball from Ross.
Both teams here had a lot of players at the national championships back in January. And they're all playing in the same team, majority of these boys.
Yes, having a look at the court right now, there's just two players. Betin Zeba and Jamie Eustace, and obviously goalkeeper Kadir, who weren't at the national championships otherwise, yes. Everyone else there. Strongest teams being played currently from the Northern Hawks. Pivot in Zeba. Coming off for Rocky, another very strong pivot player.
I think the Hawks are looking to see this game out. Putting their stronger side on. Syed looks to play Rendell. Rendell plays to Houston. A little bit behind him. Houston looks long for Rendell. Rendell does well to get a touch to it, but just runs out of real estate. Ross plays a quick ball out to Pizzuto.
I'm looking over at the Cobras bench. We're coming on the 2-minute mark right now, and I do see a shirt being put on potentially for fly keeper here, and it looks like it's going to be Nicholas Canast. Toth now. Shot wide. This will give the Rockingham can be Cumbria, a little bit of breathing room at the top. There was only the 1 point, the difference between the Cobras and themselves. If the Cobras lose today, that will certainly make Cumbria feel a little bit more comfortable leading into the final games of this season.
Ross does well to intercept that there. Rendell there manages to keep the ball in. Syed unlucky there with that volley. Here we have the West Coast Cobras looking to go fly keeper here. Here we have West Coast Cobras going fly keeper now. Ryan out to Kness. There's a minute 20 left on the clock. Houston with the long range shot. Kness does well. Luke Ross setting up the play for fly keeper.
Interesting setting up. They've got two up top at the moment with Canast and Ryan. 3-1-1. They find Ryan's feet and then to Canast and back off for Pursuto. Touches the ball. Looks across for a shot here and what a goal! So well worked from the West Coast Cobras. Absolutely phenomenal. And timeout's been called by Farrell, but too late for that one. Fly keeper paying off for the West Coast Cobras. 48 seconds remaining. Will they share the points today?
Will we look to see if Northern Hawks now go fly keeper to get that extra point?
I'm saying, I know Greg Farrell quite well. He would be thinking so. With Dan Formato, he's actually a really good court player as well. And it's not a bad option. He's asking his team right now, do we want to play fly keeper? I heard a couple of yes. Not a big solid one though.
There was the question there if the boys do want to. There was the question there if the boys want to play keeper or not. There's 48 seconds left on the clock. We have Gordon stepping back on the court here for Northern Hawks. Cobras very happy with that goal there to equalise. It's a lovely finish there by Pizzuto. Houston drives through the middle.
Now, interestingly, both teams on 4 fouls each. And this is an intense and fiery end to the game. Yellow card issued to the bench here in Logan Rindell. And Riley's got the sideline kick, potentially. We'll see where the ball is placed. It is a sideline kick in. Houston, ball over the top to try and find Riley. Pursuto now. Ross, ball forward for Ryan, too far out in front. Especially after the work rate he's had this game, he's not getting there. Formatos placed the ball, time is ticking. And Albert Nwambe's given the kick back to Cobras. I might have been a 4-second violation. Unsure, can't see or hear from here. Yep, 4-second violation and a chance created.
I think they didn't realise that once the keeper puts it down, the count starts.
Yeah, exactly. Ross now, back roll for Pursuto. Christie for Ross. Ross, shot, but slight deflection off of Saeed. 15 seconds. Calls from Goodlich. Work something, work something, work something. Don't be predictable. He's wanting one of his set pieces to be played.
There's a few of the boys that I think are aware of these Sydney and Melbourne set play calls.
Yep. Well, I've seen them a few times now. It might be time for the Cobras to put something else into work in the training sessions they're having twice a week. Ball through and
great
save from Formato in the final seconds of this match. And that looks like there's been a collision there. Can we see it on the replay? No, it just cut before it. So
looks like there's an injury here for Ryan.
Looks like Formato there's just kept 1 point there for the Northern Hawks. We will see with 2 seconds. Not much more than a pass and a shot that can occur at this point of the game.
Ryan looks to be all right.
And here it is.
Blocked by Houston.
Kadia takes the touch and it's too late with the shot. That is the final whistle, and what a great game this one was today. Northern Hawks, West Coast Cobras share the points. Goal scorer in the first minutes of the game was Chris Rocky, and the 1 goal from fly keeper from Jake Pacito. We'll put the stats up for you in a moment. Having a little bit of a glitch with the statistics, but I'll talk you through them now. What is that? All right, so we have here the attempted passes for the Cobras, 399 compared to Northern Hawks, 357. A passing percentage rate higher for the Cobras on 67% compared to 64%. We go down now, which was the most interesting statistics we wanted to look at today, was the Cobras' shooting accuracy. Now, we had 21 total shots with 12 of those on target. And for the Northern Hawks, it was 14 and 10, so much more accurate shots there from the Northern Hawks, even though there were less of them. We'll be putting those statistics up on our post-game review, so make sure you go up and have a look at those. Thanks for watching for the final MSL game for the night. We'll tune in next week for round 16.